They say time is always meant to heal the fall. Tell me why it doesn't seem to help at all. You're okay. I'm here trying to pick the pieces up of the whole to me before you say that I'm not enough. Trying to find the heart I lost, trying to be who I once was, missing parts of me, all because I lost myself in loving you, became someone else. I never knew I was there when you needed saving. You never do the same thing. I lost myself in loving you. What's going on, guys? You're well here, and welcome to Confabulate, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Will Sanchez. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. This week, guys, we are going to be breaking down Broken Memories by Jamie Miller. This is going to be a shorter episode than usual because this is an EP, so I only have 6 songs to talk about instead of like 12, 13, 14. But I really wanted to do this. This is kind of like a last minute. I kind of switched it out for a different album because I love Jamie Miller, and I thought there would be like a slight chance that he might be listening to this. So I really want him to check out this episode. So if you guys can share this with him, I would really appreciate it. And before I dive into Broken Memories, which is a beautiful album that really helped me through a lot, and I do want to talk about how I became a fan of Jamie Miller. Some of you are like, who the hell is Jamie Miller? Turns out he's one of the greatest male vocalists that have ever like stepped foot on this planet. He can hit notes that very few singers can hit, and like he is insanity. And I do want to say, before I dive in, I do want to say that I have been the biggest fan. I think, when was he on The Voice? 2015, 2016, 2017, around there? I don't know when. But I remember watching him on The Voice because I've been a big fan of The Voice since I was a kid. And I saw this guy, Jamie, on The Voice, who was incredibly shy. And he was on Team Jennifer. And I was rooting for him like the whole time. I saw every freaking clip on YouTube. And he made it very far in the competition. I was such a fan. I've been following him on Instagram since then. And I've just been the biggest fan of his voice, right? And then he comes out with his first single, City That Never Sleeps, which I loved. And I love the music video for it. I even covered it on my YouTube channel, which feels like forever ago. I had brown hair. This is probably like 2019, I think, when City That Never Sleeps came out. And I'm just a fan of anyone that can really sing, you know? And Jamie does that. And every single performance, Jamie like leaves his heart on that stage, and he's just an incredible vocalist. So I'm basically listening to City That Never Sleeps for forever. And then we finally have his EP come out, basically, Broken Memories, which was so incredible. But before that, he had a song called Here's Your Perfect, right? And there's this note in that freaking song, the high note, the climax of the song, that went viral on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but it became like a, what do they call it now? A singing challenge, whatever the hell, where people are trying to hit that same note. Hundreds and thousands of people were doing that. I didn't do it because I can't hit that freaking note to save my life. But it was really cool to see that everyone do that. And Here's Your Perfect was a big song. It charted on the Billboard charts. I'm already getting ahead. I haven't even got to my notes yet, but it did chart, and it's his biggest song. And I was so proud of him and happy for him. And then his EP was so incredible. I've just been such a fan, following his career since the very fucking beginning. Sorry, I shouldn't be cussing, but whatever. I love him so much, and I'm the biggest fan. And if only he knew how much he's left an impact on me. because he didn't really become like a role model of mine or like an inspiration until he came out and he did an Instagram post and he talked about his struggles and his story. And I'm like, oh my freaking God. Like, I relate to this so much. Those of you guys know about my story and my sexuality and all of my struggles and things that I've dealt with and continue to deal with. So to read that about Jamie Miller, someone that I look up to so much, to see that was really, really cool. Like, to connect with him on that level. And I even told him, and I wrote a letter to him when I met him, which we will get there. I wrote him a letter, and I made sure to put that in there, like how much that actually helped me and how much his music actually impacts other people. So yeah, I've been the biggest fan. I'm such a fan of his. I've been supporting him for so long. And to the point where he was going on tour finally. He was opening for Jesse McCartney on tour. And I dragged two of my friends with me. I'm like, we're going to drive to San Francisco and we're going to go see Jamie Miller. Literally shitting my pants the whole entire way. And we park like a block away from the venue. And I brought a letter I was going to give to him. And this picture of Kelly Clarkson holding his record because he performed on her show, which we'll talk about later. And I wanted him to sign it for me because those are like my two favorite people, Kelly, and then she's holding his album. I thought it was a really cool thing for him to sign. So we're getting to the venue, and we're almost there. And then I think Brianna or Anais, they were like, yo, isn't that Jamie Miller? And he's literally walking towards us. And I'm like, oh my God, it is. And I kind of like get in his way a little bit. And he was going like to the side of the building. And I kind of like stand in front of him. I'm like, oh my God, can I get a picture with you? And he's like, yeah, of course. I was shitting myself because I'm kind of like talking to myself in my head. I'm like, okay, Yoel, like you might meet him inside if he has a minute. I know he's meeting fans. You might meet him. So like get your shit together and figure out what you want to tell him. And because like, I don't know, like I've never really met one of my musical heroes before. But then this time Jamie Miller's right there in front of me and I'm just completely shitting myself. And I'm like, oh my freaking God. And then we get a picture and then I give him a letter and I ask him if he can sign this for me. And it was so cool. I was like, my name's Yoel. And I told him that I covered his song before. I don't know. I'm like, why am I getting nervous thinking about it? Like, nothing like that's ever happened to me. I was shitting myself. I was freaking out. That was the highlight of my year, basically, getting to meet him. That was really, really, really cool. And I didn't have any words to say. So, but I saw his show, and it was magical. And I got to invite him on my podcast. I wrote him in the letter, and then I told him in person, and I told his manager, Jamie, if you're listening to this, or any of you out there, if you have any power or like any social media, there's one thing y'all should know, and it's that Jamie Miller is my dream guest. I've had a lot of freaking cool people on this podcast, people who I never thought I'd ever have the chance to talk to. It's been a really cool experience, but Jamie Miller is my dream guest, and I really want to make it happen. I've tried everything that I can to make it happen, and I know it will. Like, I know it's going to happen. I'm sure of it. But Jamie, you're my dream guest. You mean the world to me, and I would love to have you come on. And it's not even like I don't need to go to LA. I mean, I will drive to LA to interview you, but dude, I will literally just get on a Zoom call with you or like FaceTime or whatever. Like, it could be virtual. Whenever you just have like an hour of free time, that's all I need. Okay, you don't have to do anything. I'll just send you a link and then boom, we're going to do it. I already have all these questions lined up. I would just love to chat with you and have you a part of my show. Anyways, yeah, his show was great. And then like a month or two after, he's going on tour again, opening for Callum Scott. And I was already thinking about going to the Callum Scott show because I love Callum Scott. He has a song called No Matter What, which means the world to me. That's a song that I sang on my coming out video on YouTube. And Callum Scott is one of my favorites, actually. So Jamie was opening for him. I'm like, oh my God, my two favorite people. So then I go to San Francisco by myself. And this time, because he liked the picture of Kelly holding his album, and he thought it was for him the first time I met him. So I brought it again, but I framed it, and I was going to give it to him. But they didn't let me bring anything inside, so I had to leave it outside, and they said they were going to give it to him. So that's what I left for him. And then So I go see the show, and then he meets fans again right in front of the stage. And he remembered me. And also, like the day before, I posted a cover singing one of the songs on this EP, Lost Myself in Loving You. Sorry, I'm talking too much. I should get to the album breakdown. Let me finish this. I covered his song, and he saw it. I didn't know he saw it until he told it right to my face. And I was kind of like chill. Like I already told myself, Yoel, don't freak out. Like you already met him. Like keep your cool. And I was keeping my cool. I was going to be very cool. Like whatever. Like he gave me a hug, but he remembered me, which I started like shitting myself a little bit. And then he said, oh, I saw your cover yesterday. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like everything that I was telling myself, keep calm, just went out the window. That he saw my cover and that he's actually heard me sing is really freaking cool. Yeah, so I'm the biggest fan, and I have 2 pictures with him, and he's reposted my stuff a few times. I'm just the biggest fan of him. I've said that many times, but he's such a great singer, and he's had such an impact on me vocally and musically. I love his songwriting. I love how he sings. Yeah, I love how he sings with soul, like very effortlessly for him, and he can soar. Like every note that he hits is so clear and comes from such like it's his sweet spot. You know, singers have their sweet spot in their voices. Any note that Jamie hits, that's his sweet spot. It's so freaking good. And yeah, and I can't wait to see Jamie again. I think we're getting new music this year, and I'll go to his show. And yeah, I'm going to be breaking down Broken Memories. Again, this is going to be a pretty short episode because I only got 6 songs to talk about. Yeah, this is Broken Memories, so let's dive in. Broken Memories was released on April 29th, 2022. To promote this album, he opened for Jesse McCartney and Callum Scott. He went on tour. And he performed one of the songs from this EP on the Kelly Clarkson show. I was so proud of him when I saw him post about that. I always watch Kelly's show because that's something that Jamie and I connect on. We love Kelly Clarkson so much. But he performed on her show, and it was really cool. I was so proud of him that he did that. He needs to do it again, but in person. This time, I think he only sent not a virtual clip, but just a clip. It was pre-recorded performance, basically. Jamie went on the Zach Sang show, which is so cool. I love Zach Sang. Jamie had a song chart on the Billboard Hot 100. Here's Your Perfect, which we will talk about. One of the songs on this album, Here's Your Perfect, reached over 500 million streams and has over 134 million views on YouTube. Not too shabby. And yeah, I love that, he's successful. He's still extremely underrated, but I love that he's successful. And, he's had, success with music, and a lot of people love his stuff. All right, our first track from this EP is a song called Last Call, written by Jamie Miller, Caleb Shapiro, Kevin Sastry, Hayden Robert Hubers. Okay, I don't want to mess up anyone's names. Doing all these album breakdowns this season, I've messed up so many names, and I'm so sorry, because I want to include all the songwriters and stuff, but I don't know how to pronounce their names, so I'm trying my best. Last Call was performed on the Kelly Clarkson show, like I just said. Last Call has a music video, which you guys should check out. I think that's the one where he's the bartender. Yeah, I think so. Basically, this song is about being in love with someone, or starting to fall in love with someone. He's just basically saying that when it's last call, he wants to be their first call. Jamie says that you're going to be my downfall. I want to be your Friday night at clouding. Why did I put clouding? That is not the words. I want to be your Friday night at closing time. There we go. Friday night and closing, when loneliness and all the lights turn on. Yeah, when loneliness and all the lights turn on. And he says, I want to be your ride home. Basically, I want to be your everything. I really like you. I have feelings for you, and I want to be your last call. I want you to think of me. I want to do this with you. I want to be your everything, basically. And it's really cute. I've seen a lot of fans have this tattooed on them, last call. This could be also for a friendship, best friends, siblings, just kind of like your ride or die, someone to be your, I don't want to say other half, because I don't like the phrase other half, but just someone with you, your best friend, basically. And Jamie hits this really big note at the end, I'm obviously not hitting it, but it's really cool how he hits it though. That's all I want. That's all I want. It's so good. He's so talented vocally. It's so cool. And I can't wait to hear his new project because I feel like this is really, really good, but I can only see him growing from here, and I can't wait to see the growth and the maturity too. And yeah, that's Last Call. I really do like Last Call. It's a perfect way to start the EP. Moving on to track number 2, Longer, written by Jamie Miller, Caleb Shapiro, Matthew McGinn, and Steve Solomon. I think Longer, this song, is kind of the same theme of the previous one, of having feelings for someone, but this one is more about kind of like wanting to cherish those special moments with them. Jamie says that he wishes forever was longer, and he wishes that the seconds felt like hours. He wishes that time wouldn't fly by quite as fast, and that he'd be making every minute, every moment last. I love the part of the song where he says, when we're 99, your hand in mine, a whole lifetime of you and me, love still won't be long enough. And it's such a beautiful concept that you love someone so much that you just want to cherish every single moment that you have with them, every second. And that forever is just not long enough. And I love that. I love that he talked about it and he expanded about it. And with every line that he says, he just wishes that forever was longer. And the whole chorus is cool. Forever was longer than all the stories we ever told, because those pages have endings, but I can't let you go. Yeah, he keeps saying that I wish forever was longer. And I think that's a beautiful phrase and a beautiful way that he said that. Oh, this one's cool. And all those movies I've seen would have been so much better if we were together. Yeah, I know we've got forever, but I wish forever was longer. I love that he kept like going back and forth with the forever and the longer concept. And then also he hits a really beautiful note, a very falsetto, kind of high falsetto, but no, the long, yeah. It's so good. My voice is a little dry. I'm going to have some water. Okay. Yeah, that's Longer. That's all I got to say about Longer. Next track is a little song called Here's Your Perfect, written by Jamie Miller, Gian Stone, Ben Digmuller, and Salem Eles Davern. I'm so sorry if I messed that up. This is Jamie Miller's biggest song to date, and this is that crazy high note from TikTok that I was telling you about. He hits that note, and that is insanity. I can't even get to telling you how hard it is to hit that note. Maybe for him it's effortlessly because you just have to get to that placement in your register and just kind of hold it. And his range is insanity. So, but that note is crazy. Like some people would just do falsetto. He's not even doing falsetto. He's like in his mix register and he's just up there. Jamie did an interview and talked about this song. He said that, I'm going to be quoting him now. He said, I was in a relationship back in London in my comfort zone and the happiest I'd ever been. But eventually when I moved to Los Angeles, I got cheated on and was so heartbroken. I went into a studio session devastated, but wrote through it and realized there was so much more to the world. Since then, I've experienced so much and really found myself through the pandemic, specifically coming to terms with my sexuality and realizing that gender doesn't determine who I can fall in love with. It was one of the most challenging but amazing journeys I've worked through, and I hope it can be heard in the music. Look at me not messing up. You know how many times I've quoted things on this freaking podcast and I mess it up and I'm like, damn it, I stuttered or I messed something up. Yeah, my favorite lyric here was, my best was just fine, how I tried to be great for you. I'm flawed by design and you love to remind me no matter what I do. I'm flawed by design and you love to remind me no matter what I do. Oh my goodness. That's so deep. I relate to this so much. Like, I feel like this is about a breakup. And yeah, like he keeps like hearing this person's name wherever he goes, but it's all in his head. But I love the pre-chorus because it's kind of like that hopefulness where he's like, he's still stronger from this. He's gonna, learn from this. Like, you won't see me break, call you up in 3 days, or send you a bouquet saying it's a mistake, drink my troubles away. Like, here's your perfect, stuff like that. Um, and back to the quote of him explaining this song, I really feel for him because I know he's gone through a lot. And honestly, that I know that leads to like the best songs. I know it's kind of a bad way to look at it, but every time my favorite artists go through something personal, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be the best music. They're gonna write about it, and oh my god, like I can't wait for Kelly Clarkson's album. Adele's album was great. Ed Sheeran has a new album coming out, and I read what it's about, and I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait. It sucks that they're going through that, but it's cool because the end product is so much more beautiful because of all the music and what it's going to end up being. And I love that Jamie's very open, him talking about coming to terms with his sexuality, and I love that he said, realizing that gender doesn't determine who I can fall in love with. Amen, my God. And also, like, I feel like I'm so happy that we live in a time where honestly, we could care less about people's sexualities. I feel like we accept people for no matter what they look like, who they love, how they present themselves. We're very accepting now, and that's something that was very different like 10 years ago. When I was a kid growing up, I did not want to come out because I thought I was going to lose everyone. I was going to be forgotten, all of that stuff just in my head about it. And I was so scared. And to this day, it was the hardest thing that I've ever done. And I don't think I'm still kind of recovering from it. It was about even like last year. It's been almost 3 years since I came out, and there's still a little part of me that's still recovering from it. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm like the happiest I've been, and I'm fully like I accepted it now, and I came to terms with that. All of that happened. I was so drained and so exhausted from that whole thing of coming out and hearing everyone's opinions and thoughts and just having to tell everyone and being judged about it. It's really hard. It's really, really, really hard. And the coming out video, it's something that's probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. And I don't think anything will ever top it. It's the most important thing I've ever done in my life too. So I relate to that. Sorry, I made this all about me. I'm very, very sorry. Let's talk about Jamie. That's Here's Your Perfect. It's a great, great, great song. Please check it out. If you haven't heard it yet. Oh, the next song we have here is the song that I opened this episode with, and I've covered it before also, so I've covered it twice. It's my favorite Jamie Miller song, actually, and I love that he wrote it by himself. This is I Lost Myself in Loving You, written by Jamie Miller. This also has a music video, which is so good, where he's kind of just like walking, and it's nighttime, and he has a coat. It's just the lyrics, it's so beautiful. I can't believe he wrote this by himself. He's such an incredible songwriter. This song is basically just about a breakup and how Jamie lost himself and forgot who he was because of their relationship. And one of my favorite lyrics is, it's sad, you ruined all of my favorite things. You ruined all of my favorite... See, I already messed up. From the top. It's sad, you... Come on, Yoel. It's sad, you ruined all of my favorite things to do. Looking back, the only thing I change is you. Finally, I fucking did it. Yeah, this song is kind of... I don't want to say hit rock bottom. I don't want to really speak for Jamie, but how I interpret it is just being so sad and broken from this relationship that you don't even recognize yourself anymore, and you just lost yourself. This song is very, very, very sad, but I love sad music. It's the most relatable and the most like heartfelt. His voice in this is really beautiful, and if you hear the song live, he changes it up a little bit and he hits this crazy note. I love it. Yeah, this song is really, really great. He says, I was there when you needed saving, but you wouldn't do the same thing. I became someone else that I never knew. I lost myself in loving you. I'm trying to find the heart I lost. I'm trying to be who I once was, missing all the parts of me, all because I lost myself in loving you. It's very straightforward, but it's so sad, but I do love it. It's arguably his best song. Can I say that this is Jamie Miller's best song? It's really, really great, and I wish it got a little more attention. But I feel like this is the song that he's going to be singing for the rest of his career. I love this song. It's so cool. Moving on to It is what it is. So we take a turn here because this is probably the most upbeat song. But this is probably my second favorite. Can I say that? Let me think. Yeah, this is my second favorite Jamie Miller song. This is actually my gym playlist and in my pop playlist. I love every single thing about this song. I love anything like acoustic guitar that kind of builds up a little bit. I love that. So it kind of starts off like, some things look good on paper, some things are written in the stars, some stories are worth telling, and then there's ours. And then it kind of builds up, and then it goes like, I guess it is what it is, wrong place, wrong time. It's so fucking good. The only bad thing about this song is that it is literally like 2 minutes exactly. It is too short. So I need to hear it like 3 times back to back, and then I will feel satisfied. Yeah, It Is What It is so fucking good. Written by Jamie Miller, Caleb Shapiro, and Louis Schurl. My God, I'm sorry. Written by Louis. Or Louise. Oh my God. I even messed up. I don't know. It Is What It Is has a music video, which I actually really like, when he's like in the car driving with his friends, having a good time. It's that kind of vibe. I think of summer. In this song, I feel like Jamie is kind of like in the middle of kind of being over it at this point, but I kind of feel like he's mad or annoyed at the other person, but at the same time he's like accepting everything though, and he's kind of moving on. But I kind of feel like a little bit of like mad, or he's pissed, or just the way he kind of like, more attitude is the right word for this song. There's kind of more attitude and sass, and I love it. My favorite lyric is, I gotta hand it to you, you play the victim all too well. It's hard to know you're lying when you're lying to yourself. And I may or may not like this line because of All Too Well, Taylor Swift. And I love that he put All Too Well. I know it's not the reason why he put it, because, you know, he's writing a song about his life. But I love that All Too Well is in this lyric. I love everything about It Is What It Is. I just wish it was longer. Can we make it longer, Jamie? Can we add like a bridge? Can we do something? Because I think it's too short. But it's so good. It's so good. But also very simple. So maybe being short like works. Yeah, I love it. Like, I guess it is what it is. False hope broke me. Like I'm something to fix. Road trip type love. Then we drove off a cliff. You were my heaven sent. Now if I never see you again, I guess it is what it is. I love it. Moving on to the last track of this EP, written by, I didn't even tell you the name. It's called Over You. Written by Jamie Miller, Andrea Rosario, Robert Francis Grimaldi. Okay, I think I nailed those names. In this song, Jamie is thinking about the other person. He hates that they still cross his mind. He doesn't know why he is still thinking about them. And he really thought that he would be over them by now, basically. My favorite line is, and I hate that I'm wondering why you're still not calling, and they say it's for the best. Sure don't feel that way. Yeah, I think Jamie is just, obviously the breakup is done, and I'm sure it's been a few months or some time, but he's still thinking about them, and he's kind of like in his head about it. He's like, I feel like I should be over you by now. Why am I still thinking about you? Why are you still in my mind? I should be completely moved on, but here I am, and I'm still not over you. I thought I would be, but I'm not. That's pretty much the whole song. Let me think. Thought I would be over. The background vocals are cool. The thought I would be over you by now. Yeah, and I love that it builds up a little bit in the second verse. There's more instrumentals, and he kind of gives more oomph with it, with his voice. But yeah, Over You. I think Over You is the perfect song to actually end the EP. And thank you, Jamie, for this EP. It's really amazing, but I'm going to need a debut album, like now or like this year. I know you have songs because your concert with Callum Scott, you sang like 3 or 4 songs that I've never heard before that are not released yet. And maybe next time your new song, hopefully, was not one of those. So I know you got songs there, so I'm going to need an album like this year. And I need you to go back on tour, please. But anyways, that was Broken Memories. I'd also love to know like the meaning of Broken Memories. I think it's such an incredible title. I mean, I'm assuming it's about memories from a relationship that are broken. They're kind of like into like little pieces, and you're like, you're kind of keeping you're keeping the memorable ones or the meaningful ones, but kind of like the ones that don't mean a lot to you are kind of more shattered. And I don't know, it depends. But I'm getting a lot of like visual imagery with broken memories. That was my album breakdown or EP breakdown of Broken Memories by Jamie Miller. Thank you guys for listening. I really do appreciate it. Jamie, if you're listening, do not let me know because I will shit myself. But Jamie, once again, I'm super proud of you. I don't know why I'm talking like if he's listening. I'm extremely proud of Jamie. I love his music. I've already said everything I needed to say about him. I wish him the best of luck with his career, and he deserves every ounce of success. Thank you guys for listening to Confabulate. Next Monday is the last episode of season 5, and we'll be done with the album breakdowns. I want to say thank you if you actually been paying attention and listening to a lot of these. I know this is very different for me. I'm used to doing interviews, and I miss doing interviews. The next season, I'm going to try and get 3 seasons this year. I usually do 2, but I want to get back to the interviews. One season is very specific, that I want to kind of keep it into like a theme. And then the other one, I want to do like more interviews with people that I haven't interviewed before. But I know you guys miss it, and I miss it too, and don't worry, I will get back to it. But these album breakdowns, this is kind of just something that I really wanted to do. Since I was like 17, I wanted to do something similar to this, where I'm talking about music and albums and songs and stuff. And here I am, 23, and I'm finally doing it. So this is more like a me thing. I was being selfish for once in my life. So I appreciate it if you actually cared and listened and all that stuff. But next week is our very last album breakdown to end everything. I do have another album breakdown, but that's in Mother's Day. I know I've been talking about it a little bit. But for now, next Monday is the last episode of season 5, and it's Lemonade by Beyonce.